Let's talk about Rent-Dale. Rent-Dale is a little town, an imaginary town, created by HomebuyerDesire.com to illustrate one point, that life in Rent-Dale is a life of wasting financial resources. You see, Rent-Dale is a financial shantytown. The financial resources expended each month in Rent-Dale amount to a small fortune. How long have you been renting? How much is your rent per month? If you add up the total amount that you spend yearly in rent, you will begin to see the massive amount you could have invested in ownership. Hey, do you want to go to Ownersville? Believe it or not, there is a place where you can walk out on your own front porch and then walk into your own lush lawn, a yard that's yours. There is a place where you can build family memories around the holidays. There is a place where you can spend quiet time around the fireplace. In other words, there is a place where you can own your own home, a place where your monthly investment is an investment in your own future. A place where you can invest in your own financial security. Your hard-earned money secures equity in the largest investment most Americans make. In other words, Ownersville is the place where you can own your own home. Most people want to move to this place called Ownersville. Most renters have that home buyer desire. For most, the challenge is moving over the obstacles that separate Rent-Dale from Ownersville. Is there a way to cross from Rent-Dale to Ownersville? Yes, there is a way to cross from Rent-Dale to Ownersville. There is a bridge, and the name of that bridge is HomebuyerDesire.com. HomebuyerDesire.com is a program that is the mechanism that will help you transition from Rent-Dale to Ownersville. It is the way that you can get over the obstacles that are keeping you divided from what you want. Just like a bridge is specifically designed to help drivers get from one side to the other, HomebuyerDesire.com is specifically designed to help renters become home buyers. Do you have that home buyer desire? You may be asking yourself the question, what does it take to buy a house? Well, if you don't have the cash up front, in other words, if you don't have 90 or 100,000 or even more dollars laying around, you're going to have to qualify for a loan. In other words, you'll have to borrow the money to be able to buy a house. You'll have to qualify for a mortgage. Simply put, a mortgage is just a loan secured by real estate. In order to qualify for a mortgage, you basically need two things. And again, we're speaking in general here, but generally speaking, you're going to need income history and credit history. Income history. What we are looking for is 2 years of verifiable income. Now, please keep in mind that income history and work history are two completely different things. In other words, you can have 2 years of income history and only have 6 months of work history on your current job. If for example, you had a job for a year and a half previous to the job you have now. That would be 2 years of verifiable income history. Also, income history includes Social Security benefits and other benefits of that type. Also, not only those types of benefits are included, but also if you are self-employed, if you have 2 years of tax returns, that also counts as verifiable income. The biggest thing about income history is that income history is not changeable. You can't modify it. Either you were working or you weren't. Either you were earning money over the last 2 years that we can verify, or you were not. Let's talk about credit history. Though income history is not modifiable, credit history is. In order to understand how credit history can be modified, first you must understand the general business model for the credit bureaus. You see, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian have a general business model where they gather information and then sell the information that they have gathered. In other words, they are gathering information on you, how you pay your creditors, where you live, and etc. Then they in turn sell that information to anyone who wants to know more about you, anyone who would pull your credit. In the 70s, the federal government passed a law called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You see, given the credit bureau's business model, it is important that the information that they gather is correct. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act basically says that if the credit bureaus have information on you and they're reporting that information, that they have to be able to verify that that information is correct. And though it's been revised several times since the 70s, that basic part of the law remains true. So that if the credit bureaus cannot definitively prove that an item belongs on your credit, it must be removed from your credit.